Okay, so I want to talk about. I mean, I'm still trying to remember how we initially met each other, but I know it's just being around, like being moving and shaking.
We were just in the mix.
But one of the moments that I do remember is you had called me one day. You was working with an artist by the name of Bambino Gold, and you was doing management for Rich the Kid too. That was at the same time, right?
Yeah, those were like my two artists at the same time when I had management going on, and before Sayari and anybody else.
I met you at a restaurant.
I'm trying to remember where. I think it was 255. If it wasn't 255, I made everybody come to Mango's. It was a Jamaican spot on Auburn Avenue where I would take a lot of my meetings because I lived across the street. But it could have been somewhere else. I don't know.
I don't think it was Mango's.
Okay.
It was another spot. But I remember, I think Bambino pulled up to the meeting. And I think either that same day or a couple days after, I met Rich the Kid, and it was just, I remember that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like the industry changes, you know, and long live Bambino Gold.
Right, rest in peace.
And, you know, Rich the Kid, he went off and he did his thing, you know, but a lot of people don't know that both of those artists started with you.
And what's crazy is Rich the Kid, he was Black Boy the Kid when I first started managing him. And we had to change his name because...
How old was he at the time? He was about, what, 18?
Yeah, 18, 19 years old. A kid.
He didn't even keep his head up.
I was a kid too, though.
He was holding his head down.
Yeah, I was a kid too. So it was like two kids working together, but really like learning the industry. Like, and I knew this man was going to be successful. There was no other option. Like, he was just that artist. Like, I'm going to make it. Like, I'm going to tap your shoulder until you give me what I want.
So you know about when he was doing the fake mixtapes?
Yeah. Because he was putting some out for me. I was doing them too. Like, he was breaking his own music.
Man, this dude.
He broke the Migos. Rich the Kid has such a big piece of breaking the Migos.
For
like,
the people that don't know, Rich the Kid was uploading mixtapes on that Piff under a fictitious name.
Oh my God. Is this already out?
Listen, it don't matter. He rich now.
Yeah.
Everybody doing their thing. This man was uploading mixtapes under a fictitious name. He had a fake DJ name. He was putting them on that.
Yeah, I remember. And
he was adding his songs as bonus tracks.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers was listening to that shit.
I'll never forget, like, when the XXL Freshman.
What was his DJ name?
There was one, I think it was, I hate to say this, but one I think is Eddie White, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. But regardless, I'll never forget when the XXL Freshman list dropped one year and we did a mixtape and Rich is on it. Like, he's on the mixtape but wasn't announced as a XXL Freshman. Like, it was just like.
So they put a spotlight on a fake mixtape?
Yes.
Wow. Hey, be careful what you ask for. And don't give up on your dreams. You got to be consistent because it can happen.
Insane.
It can happen.
That's crazy because I haven't spoken about that in a very long time, but I always be like, man, he finessed the game.
He definitely finessed the game.
He did.
And you talking about you was like, I'm trying to break my
I did it too. He was like, yeah, I was getting dropped because I had mixtape Monopoly at that time. Yep. So I had, and all those DJs now, look at them, like they're all doing something crazy. They're either DJing for 21 Savage, then we have Black, and it's just like
it branded everybody.
Insane. But at that time, like, we had such a great coalition, but there was no business organization. So it's like it kind of just like fell apart, but we were still like, you would hear that mixtape Monopoly Ho on the drops and things like that, but we weren't collectively making money as a team, right?
But it still got you to where you at
100%. Yeah, that was a great time.
A lot of times people, they try to do things, by the book.
Yeah.
But it's not no art into that.
Right.
It's all about a feeling.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? So it seemed like mixtape Monopoly was a feeling and everybody.
Yeah, you know that mixtape Monopoly Ho, and that was Silver Carrots. That girl, a lot of people think it was me. And I'm like, that wasn't me. That was Silver. So yeah, that's cool to be a part of, especially to see where they're at now.
So with the Bambino Gold situation, do you still have unreleased music?
I do, a lot, and videos.
How much is a lot?
I have all his music because he would send me everything and his video. We were about to drop a video to, I think one of his latest songs was called Virtual, but we had shot a video for it. And I was thinking about putting it out, but then I was like, I need to ask, go to the family and ask permission if that's something that you would want to do. Or even if they're like getting any type of royalties from him and like his kids being taken care of, like things like that.
So how many songs are we talking?
I probably have like about enough for like an album.
Do you listen to it?
I haven't in a while. It's on my older computer, but and I got a new phone, but it would play like, as you're driving as in the shuffle. But I think I played him the other day though, because I was just like, I was a fan, even before I worked with him, and I hate what happened to him, but he's still like, he had a cadence and a voice that a lot of people still don't have. Like he would have really stuck out still to this day. So, maybe we'll talk about it.
So you represented him until the end, right?
I did. Well, actually, no. So we worked together, and then he ended up signing with Trill Entertainment.
I remember that. And
I didn't want to really be involved in that with what was going on. Just personally within that label.
It didn't really last that long.
It didn't.
He when he did the situation with them, fast as he did it, he wanted out of it.
Yeah. So and that usually happens even with like if an artist is just like impulsive and wants to do something and really like not coming to me for my advice or my guidance of what we should do moving forward. Like I always remove myself because it's like if you're not going to ask me or care like how I feel about something, like I can't be a part of it. But once he did get out of that deal, we had met in LA, and I took him to like a couple labels, a couple like DSP meetings, and we were just starting to kind of like work back together and just kind of going back to where we started. But unfortunately, soon after that, it was a wrap. So, yeah, it's sad, but I still think he has a staple in the industry that needs to be spoken about. People can't forget about him. Like he was a big piece of it.
Right. So what when the last time you talked to Rich the Kid?
A minute. Well, like sometimes just like DM something like funny or if I see something, but no, we don't really converse like, and the same with him. Like I stopped working with him when he signed to the Migos, and like he didn't drop me, like I dropped him, and that was bad. That was terrible on my part, like just leaving someone, just doing a new deal and just being like, I don't want to be a part of it. But I don't know. I have that mindset where like I wasn't big on artists signing to other artists and like how big the Migos were at that time, and we're still trying to build him. I was just like, And I saw changes within him, like, we're growing as people, and it's like, ego. I don't regret anything. I think that was just like an amazing time as far as like a learning opportunity, and like he's had maybe like probably 30 managers after me. So who knows if I still would have been there. Like I couldn't even say, but it was a good experience as like my first step in the industry. But yeah, I haven't spoken to him in a while.
Okay, so my next question is, what's up with these mixers? What made you start doing these industry mixers that you be doing?
I'm going to tell my age, but on my 22nd birthday, I was like, I got to throw a party. And like my friend, she lived on Huff Road in the city, and there was a pizza spot underneath it called West Side Pie, and it was actually the same lady that used to own Slice. I don't know if you remember Slice.
On Peter Street.
Yeah, and there was one on the Georgia State campus, but she had this place called West Side Pie, so I was like, I want to do a party. I had Calvin, the coordinator at that time, DJ Calvin now. He was my DJ. I had K Camp, Scotty ATL.
Me?
You. I had everybody in the building. I just saw I threw a party and I had like the entire industry in there. And I'm like, I got to do this monthly. And, I wasn't charging artists to perform. I wasn't making any money, no entry fee. But, when things started growing, I was like, okay, this is something that I feel like I actually can, like, really build. So then I remember, like, I had a mixer scheduled for one night, and I pulled up to West Side Pie, like, the day before. They're shut down. I'm like, you're not even going to tell me that, like, you're no longer a business. So
you have to find another location.
Yeah. And I don't remember the second one I went to, but I've done stuff from like Club Space to Royal Peacock, then the Basement, then I was, of course, department store. I went everywhere, and like department store, of course, was like my biggest success and like my greatest memories of the mixer and just like it always being packed. But to me, it was a staple in Atlanta. I had a lot of people. It was like whether it was their first performance or I had people get signed off performances or like just opportunities that came about. And then even from that, like Rich the Kid was performing, Sayari, K-Camp, Jid, Earth Gang, OG Mako, like DaBaby. All these people were on my mixers. So it was like, for me, that's just like, what else can I say about it?
You just said Jid. Mm-hmm. So he got the surround sound that's going viral. How you feel about that when you see a song that's been out and now it's viral? It's like he's a new artist again.
It's amazing. And what's crazy with Jid, when he had moved to Atlanta, I did his first. It was like a listening party in East Atlanta Village. I forgot where we did it at, but like just like I knew he was gonna make it. Like he's just such a lyricist. And I remember Sayari at that time. I was managing him as well, and he was just like, that dude can rap. Like that dude, and he did a feature with him, like, and they did a song, and then then he did a song with Earth Gang, and like, and this is at a time where we didn't know where anyone was gonna go from this, and now you see this, and I'm just like, this is crazy.
So he signed to J. Cole?
Who?
Jid.
I'm not 100% on that.
Earth Gang with J. Cole, right?
Spillage Village? I'm not sure.
They not?
They are. They might be, probably. I don't know. I don't want to say something and then be like, I'm not signed to them anymore. Like, I don't know.
No, I just know the song, and it's like he's a new artist.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how the internet can just take something and.
I had a record. Let me get some water.
Water?
Mm-hmm. I drank all the tequila that was in here, and I put water in it. But we had a record with Catalog Wise at Sync called Colors with a K with Monty Booker and Smino. That shit just went viral out of nowhere.
So Smino, he from St. Louis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And shout out to Chris Classic, which is his manager. He has a crazy studio in Chicago, but that record, we acquired it in 2014. I was at Sync. I'll say maybe like 2020. That shit was getting like 400,000 streams a day just on Spotify.
And it was 6 years old?
6 years old. Like, and no campaign, nothing behind it. It was just like, it was just a great record. And like something happened on TikTok and it went crazy. But it just shows you, like, even Hittin' with Money Moo. Like, that song was 4 years old. And I remember going to Red and just being like, you got to put a plan behind that because we never really did a push. Like, we never pushed that record, Like, we got to do a remix or not even that. Like, you didn't have to necessarily do a remix because it's a very strong record, but put some push behind it and you see what it can do. I always say music is timeless. There's a song that can go viral 10 years later, but it's just how you maneuver with it.
Right. So how does it feel to have an artist like Sayari? Every time he get a plaque, he got to make sure you get a plaque.
It's really sweet of him. It's very nice. Like, and even when they come back, like the other day, he posted, like, they came back and they were like, you want to add Schweinbeck LLC? Like, what is that?
And he was finessing
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah, that's my sister.
Yeah. He's like, I got a studio. I'm like, what studio do you have? But no, that's cool because I'm not even the type where, like, I'm always like, show me appreciation every day. Like, but when you do get your flowers and like people like, you get that appreciation that you don't hear all the time. Like, that's great. Like, I love that because I work really hard for my artists. Like, I put a lot, as a manager, it takes a lot away from just like you living how you would normally live if you weren't managing somebody, right? Like, you have people's careers that they're depending on you. So it's like, even when like I get anxiety all the time because I'm like, if I'm traveling and if I have to do something and something has slipped my mind, it's like, wow, I got to get this done because who else is going to do it for them? You know what I mean? So it's a lot of responsibility, but it's also it's a two-way street. So when you see that appreciation, I mean, it goes a long way. So I definitely appreciate that. But yeah, he just ordered me another plaque, so I'm waiting for it.
How many plaques you got right now?
Right now I have 3, so he just ordered me another one, so
3?
4. Yeah.
You don't have no T.I. plaques?
I can get them, but I feel like...
I need one. I need a No Mercy plaque.
Okay. I feel like I could get a plaque, but I want to be involved in the record, you know? Like, I don't want to just have that because he's my client, you know? Because even with, like I said, if we do like a Road to Diamond campaign and get him that diamond plaque, that's something I could get, right? Because I was a part of it, right? I didn't just join a company and we already had it. So yeah, I'm big on that. Even, I mean, and I also feel weird about the one Psy gets me because he's involved, right? But we work so closely together. I get why he does that, but it's like I can't say that I did something for Kodak Black or for Lloyd Banks. Like those are the plaques I have.
It feel like it's like cheating.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, how do you have that plaque? And it's like, my artist manages producers and samples and things like that, which is cool, and I appreciate it. But yeah, I can't wait to get that one plaque where like I want a plaque from Sayari. I want a Sayari record plaque. You know what I mean? Like that's what I want because I know that's something I would have been involved in.
So, what's the pros and cons of being a powerful woman in this music business?
I get asked that question a lot, like even like back in the day, and like I didn't have a lot of cons just because I had so many great relationships. Like even the way I started in the industry, it wasn't like this girl just came out of nowhere. Like I really built, like even us, like we had a relationship. I wasn't like the Schweinbeck I am now, but I was able to like really, I don't know, just connect with people, and like they knew me for me. It wasn't fake. You know, it's hard to like build relationships these days because you don't know like people's like alternate motives and like really what they're trying to do. But regardless, a pro, of course, I feel, you know, it's mainly men in this industry, so they want to work with a woman. So it's like they are going to look at you a certain type of way and want to be a part and get your services and things like that. A con is dealing with all those men. You know, it's just like,
you just got a BBL. Like.
No, I didn't. I'm scared. I'm not doing that. I'm going to be in the gym though. Give me a year or something. But, no, yeah, the BBL, that would go crazy. I can't even, what I got to deal with now is,
but
there's
still,
no way.
like, your thighs, you got them legs and them thighs.
I played soccer. Yeah, I played soccer.
They looking at that.
Yeah.
They're like, wait a minute.
Like, who's this little white girl?
Leaving something to the imagination.
What's funny is, like, and even, like, when my name was, like, kind of buzzing in the city, people thought I was a guy. Like, cause I wasn't.
Schweinbeck?
But I wasn't even out there, because it was, like, what I was doing, right? It wasn't more so my name or whatever. It was, like, you got to meet Schweinbeck. Who the fuck's Schweinbeck? Because I wasn't that girl, like, posting all that I do now. I do my selfies and stuff like that. But, you know, I was just like behind the scenes, but I still had this brand. Like even at my mixers, sometimes I wasn't there. Or like, even if I was there, I wasn't there. I was partying. Like it was like, and that's what's crazy because I started my mixers on my birthday. I feel like every mixer was a birthday to me. Like that's how I celebrate. And like, I remember this artist in Atlanta said, "Shawty be lit at her events." And like, that is a quote of mine now because I do be lit at my events because lit. I deserve that. Like I can do that. But yeah, I've been chilling a little bit, but you know, it's a celebration for me too. Like it was a lot of work that I put into that, and I feel like I deserve a celebration.
I'll say one of the greatest relationships I got from the mixer, you had put me and Fly Guy DC on the panel.
Really? Oh yeah. When I used to do the panel with Scotty ATL.
I'll never forget it. It was like both of us got to watch each other grow.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
because he was at Highly Unique Radio. He was killing it there, and then look at him now.
Remember at the panel, he was, you know, somebody had asked him a question or something about management, and he was just like, "I don't want no manager. I don't need no manager. I feel like I got it." Like, and some of it was like, okay, it's true. But then he didn't really, I guess he was being naive. Like he didn't see himself, because he was getting big.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he was popping.
Right.
So it was like, man, you might need a manager.
And look at him now.
But now, it's like, it's crazy.
Does he have a manager now? I don't think he does.
I don't think he do either.
I don't think he does. And he's still killing it.
And he's still going hard. So.
And now I always say that too. Like, I feel like we all just started in a part of the industry in Atlanta, which was like the perfect time. You know, Future wasn't on yet. 2 Chainz, of course, they all did their thing in the past, but like to be where they're at now, like we all did it together, from the Rich the Kids to the Migos to the K Camps to the people that came out of Atlanta. And I was just like, I'm always like, I'm so lucky to have been a part of that era, because if I wasn't, it would have been completely different.
I believe, I said this before, but they doing this, the 50 years of hip hop, and they, you know, they giving all the artists accolades. What about us?
Yeah, I know.
Because
the people behind the scenes, yeah,
we done been through a lot of shit. Like, we traumatized.
Yeah, that's a great point. Yeah,
like,
point.
Where my flowers?
Why do you think I party so much? Just
where my flowers? Yeah, I need my flowers.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of these
sometimes
artists
they
wouldn't
do
even
that.
be where they at.
That's why it's cool to see sometimes when people like that get honored, and it's like,
us?
damn, yeah, like it wasn't an artist, it was someone who really like put everything together, and it's rare. But when you do see it, it's great to see. But it is rare. I'm ready for that day though.
So what's next for Schweinbeck? Sync Music, the mixers.
Continuing at Sync. The mixers I kind of slowed down this year because I just feel like shows are very oversaturated. I tried to really like branch out into other like states. I actually did one in Bogota, Colombia, which was like amazing because I don't speak any.
How much did that cost?
I barely paid anything. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I got the venue for free. I paid like my DJ, a sound guy. I probably spent like $500.
That's it?
Yeah. Got all these amazing artists. I had this artist named Leo Bash from Medellin that flew in just for my event. And like just seeing him perform and seeing his success was like, wow, this is awesome. And then you build those relationships in a whole different market. Like that was really cool for me. And I hope to do one soon in Medellin. But yeah, you know, I still do South by. I'm debating if I want to do next year because last year wasn't the best.
It just get worse and worse.
Yeah, it's just
ever since the baby had the diaper on. It's just been
and he performed
down.
in my show too. It's like, damn, he needs to come back with a diaper. But regardless, it's just like there's got to be something different now. There's got to be some kind of like enticing piece to an event to have artists involved. Whether it's like I'm giving away a distribution deal, or you know, you're going to get a consultation with me if you win, or you get some money if you win, like. And that, at this point, I want to do. I'll probably do an event at the top of the year in LA. I just don't have the time right now, right? Especially for the...
So what's taking all your time? Sync?
Sync,
I have... an office?
I work from home.
For real?
Yeah. What's crazy is they moved me to LA right before COVID to work in the office, but LA was like one of the worst places with COVID, so like everything shut down. Like the office that we had went bankrupt, like, and it was a crazy office space, but I get so much more done from home regardless. But yeah, Sync, I'm busy. I have an artist named Squala who's on a college tour, so I've been on the road, which I haven't done in a while. So it's like I'm really like getting back into that. Everything, just life, you know. It's like, and also for me, I don't have a huge team. It's hard to like bring people on and really like trust people to be involved in your process and like what you have moving forward. But I'm gonna do a couple next year, but I'm gonna do them the right way. We're gonna do an event together. I think that's gonna be fun.
You see any kids in Schweinbeck future? Little Schweinbecks?
One day, maybe.
For real?
Who knows? I don't know. But
you know you got a legacy.
Yeah, and I have a new nephew too, so that's a Schweinbeck. His name's Miles James, but we call him MJ because I love Michael Jackson. But we got a new Schweinbeck. But maybe I'm gonna find that right person.
Right. That's what's up, man. I appreciate you stopping by.
No, thanks for having
checking
me.
The office out. You know,
it's fire. This is crazy.
Just a little piece of your story.
Yeah.
You got so many layers
right
to your story.
I'm excited to come back. Give me 5 years. We'll come back. We'll do another one.
Did you get any lemon pepper wings while you in town?
No, I need to go. And Taco Mac is like one of my favorite places for wings, and people don't really like them as much.
They burnt out now.
So good. I love Taco Mac. I'm gonna get some before I leave. But I told my friend, I'm like, I need a Publix sub, I need some Zaxby's and some Taco Mac, and
we've been going to Jersey Mike's.
Jersey Mike's is fire too. But we got those everywhere. I need because in LA I can't get certain places. Like I can't. And my first job was a Zaxby's, right? That was I worked there for 4 years when I was I started when I was 14. So that
you tired of Zaxby's?
No, I love Zaxby's.
Yeah, I do too.
I love them. And we don't have them in LA. Yeah, I know their whole menu. I worked there for 4 years. It's like, but no, I need some lemon pepper wet though for sure.
That's what's up. So look, y'all heard it first. Got Schweinbeck in the building, Punn Entended podcast. Hey, stay tuned.